So today we have a once-a-year brew for all you guys out there, and tonight it's going to be Nugget Nectar by Troegs.
So Troegs is from Hershey, Pennsylvania, and this beer is kind of a weird hybrid style. Meets over at the crossroads of an IPA and an Amber Ale.
So let's crack this dry hop bad boy open. As you can see, there's more of an amberish reddish ale to it, but when you look at it in a light, from my perspective, because of the light behind, like shining this way, it looks more of an orangish color, especially if you kind of put it up into the light. You can see a little bit more of an orange tint, and there's definitely a nice little head on there. Should create some very, very good aroma out of this.
Yeah, right up front I get a little bit of hops, definitely some resin to it, not too much citrus. There's a touch, but really just more pine and resin to it.
Yeah, a little piney, some resiny, maybe a little sweetness to it. I know there's supposed to be a little mango in there, but it smells like it would be just a little bit sweet. So
yeah, not much.
Not much out of that. But
yeah, very resiny.
Yeah, very resiny and piney though.
So immediately what you get into this beer is a mix of that piney, resiny kind of flavor that you can get in some of the West Coast hops. And then comes the malt. You can see that nice toasted, bready, caramel kind of taste to it. I think it's really
it's
smooth.
Very smooth, very full at first, and then it kind of like mellows out, and then it comes all back in it, like with the bitterness I feel kind of like in the back. It's just and like at the tip of the tongue a little bit. It's great.
Definitely. I remember last year being a lot more bitter than this year. Maybe it's my taste changing, but this year in 2017, it's way more balanced than I remember.
Yeah, it also says on the can that it's roughly 93-ish IBUs at 5 or 7.5% alcohol. So take that as you will, and I don't know if
it's big. It's bitter. I definitely can easily see 80. That maltiness though really knocks it down a peg. Definitely get that bready note, and that just really smooths out the beer. Balances out the hops real well in this one. I'm actually surprised. I thought it was way more hoppy last year than this year.
And also, for me, it kind of reminds me of towards the end of summer, though, a little bit. You kind of transition into fall, and it's like almost like a transition. It could have been like a transition from summer into fall, but still as a IPA kind of thing where you're getting into the Oktoberfesty kind of taste.
Yeah,
for me.
This is nicely done.
If I was to give this beer a score out of a 5, I'd give this roughly a 4, 4.5, due to the fact that this beer is great, and for this time of year, it's definitely coming around, and when I drink this beer, it definitely doesn't fade. It just kind of stays there, and I can still feel like I taste the beer and know what it tastes like rather than it just died, kind of.
Yeah, for me, out of 5, I definitely give it a 4.25. I know it's hitting just the right time of year. It's a lot of times where people are just, getting stouted out. After so many stouts, you just kind of burn out. I know, for me, that's difficult to say because that's one of my favorite styles of beer. But we've definitely been on a stout kick lately, and it's kind of refreshing going into more of an IPA and a lighter style. I definitely think this one kind of hits the mark at the right time of year. Definitely a 4.25 though for me.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned being stouted out, because I am sort of getting stouted out, and it's like, although I want them, it's not sitting well anymore. It's kind of like, I want something lighter, something more refreshing, because spring is coming up, and it's just around the corner. And like this beer, it's definitely what I'm looking for right about now.